So we got a lot of things to talk about. The last couple games, there hasn't been that much to harp on outside of, just my views and opinions on various players. But tonight was an action-packed game with a lot of stuff going on. I feel like maybe the camera's a little too close to me, so my bad if I'm like nostril deep in your living room. That's my fault. Welcome back to Nets Republic. I'm your host, Sever the Bond. Just because we crossed 1,000 subscribers, I appreciate it, but let's not have the party stop. If you're watching the video and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Let's continue to grow and all that shenanigans, but that's neither here nor there. So you see the title of the video, Kevin Durant's hurt. Kevin Durant's hurt. He had, who was it that flew into his knee this year? Last year, it was Bruce Brown. Who did it this year? I believe Jimmy Butler. Like the first time, it was technically Kyle Lowry. Was it Lowry? I think it was Lowry. I'm pretty sure it was Lowry. So technically, the first time it was Lowry. Then the second time, it was Jimmy Butler. And you know Kyle Lowry, the thickopotamus that he is, that type of, you feel me, caboose slamming into your leg. I mean, it ill what it ill. But then on the other side of the ball, when it happened the second time, it was Jimmy Butler who was flying and careening into the leg of Mr. Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant's hurt. You could tell from the Kyle Lowry one that he wasn't the same, but definitely after the Jimmy Butler one where he falls out of his shoe, it was so bad. Kevin Durant was hurt really bad. He's hurt his knee. It's the other knee than it was from last year. So that's not good. That's not good in the slightest. He limped off the court, limped away into the poorly architecturally designed entranceway behind various benches and stadium seats to get to the locker room. I don't know what they're doing in Florida. Also, where are your fans? I feel like the Nets get pushed down the stairs a lot for not having fans, but where are your fans? Maybe it's because the stairs of your stadium look like seats. I don't know, but that looked like an empty house to me, but that's not even there. But anyway, so Kevin Durant's hurt. It's up to Kyrie Irving and Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons immediately gets into foul trouble, so he is no help. He is not a factor. I'm not surprised in the slightest bit. You know how I feel about Ben Simmons, so Ben Simmons is on the bench. It's just Kyrie Irving and the gang of merry men. I believe it was Royce O'Neal, Claxton, who's still playing amazing, I might add. Had another double-double, I think. Seth Curry, who played really, really well, and I don't think we give him enough credit. I know he gets a lot of flack for not taking certain shots when he's wide open, but man, Seth Curry is slept on, but that's not here nor there. I owe someone $5, but that's not here there. I believe Utah was out there, what's on Marie, and who else was out there? I don't think it was Joe, because Joe Harris was getting cooked. They threw someone else out there, probably TJ Warren or something like that. I don't know who else was out there. But it was Kyrie and the band of merry men. And it was up to Kyrie to close the game out. I think we were either up by a little bit or down by a little bit. It was a really close game, back and forth type affair type stuff. And once Kevin Durant went out, the bottom fell out and we started getting a bunch of turnovers. And it wasn't looking good. I'm not going to lie, it was not looking good. And especially for my whole, I don't want to call it a theory because it's fact, but for the sake of argument, my theory that Kyrie Irving does not equate to winning basketball, it wasn't looking very good for y'all's point of view of that because Kyrie was messing up again. But, they toughed it out. They played great defense, and to Jacques Vaughn's credit, he was pushing the right buttons and putting the right individuals in the proper spots to keep us in the game. I want to say it's the very end of the game now. I think Ben Simmons got put in again. I think he went in for Seth Curry. So Ben Simmons has got 5 fouls. There's like 35 seconds left in the game. And it's like, okay, it's showtime. How are we going to close this? We're down by 1 point. We've got the ball coming down full court. Kyrie's dribbling. Everyone knows Kyrie's going to do something cool, but it's just a matter of what. And then before you know it, Kyrie's pulling from half court. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Kai pulls from half court, hits the back of the rim. The ball flies up. Watanabe, backward, like volleyball spikes it or whatever, and then Royce O'Neal grabs it, goes back up, banks it off the glass. We're up by a point. Clutch stuff, amazing. We're not going to talk about how Kyrie almost lost us a game, but it is what it is. Royce O'Neal came through. They were able to play defense, even though they fouled the living jive out of Jimmy Butler on that drive. The refs didn't call it because we have superstars and they don't, and we won. We were able to sneak by and win a game technically without KD. Now that says a lot about the Heat, but it says more about us that we were able to remain calm and handle our business. Everyone except for Kyrie, but that's not here or there. We handled our business and we were able to win the game, and I think that's great. Now, there were some factors in that. Bam Adebayo basically did not play the entire fourth quarter for some reason. I'm not sure why. With our lack of size, I don't know why you wouldn't punish us down low. And to my memory of the past, isn't it Bam Adebayo who had like that one game-winning shot over Kai in the post in the previous season? I don't know why you wouldn't just go back to that, but, you know, it is what it is. We can't help that they're stupid, so we'll take it and we'll move on. The main thing we have to be concerned about is what happens with Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant is hurt long-term, and they've got like 3 days, we don't play again until Thursday, so they got time. They got time for him to get a little R&R, you feel me? For him to get some rehab, and hopefully it's not hyperextended. Hopefully nothing popped or tore, and he's good to go for the Celtic game because that is the next game coming up, and I would really like us to be at full health so we can really see where we match up against these bums, but that's not even there. I happen to think that with the history of what the Nets do with like ramp-ups and all that, and the coaching staff is the same, except Jacques Vaughn is the head coach and there's no Steve Nash. But the trainers and all that are all the same. So I believe ramp-up culture will be in full effect. We might not see Kevin Durant for a little while, especially with how high we are in the standings and the fact that we have yet again proved that there is no one in the Eastern Conference who can stop us. There was a lot of Miami Heat fans in the comments who were coming at us saying, oh, but you ain't see us, you ain't see us. We went in your house and won without KD. Hush. There's no one in the Eastern Conference who can see us. We've just established it. We've played them all. It's been established. Ain't no one there. So with that being the case, I mean, it doesn't really matter if KD's out there like that. Let him have a chance to recover. But this is the part of the video to where I wanted to get to in the beginning, but I wanted to wait until the recap was over. Let's say Kevin Durant is out long term. The last time this happened was last year, and it was just Harden and Kyrie by themselves, and we proceeded to lose 11 games in a row. This year, we've got Kyrie. He can play. There's no COVID restrictions or anything. He can play. And we got Ben Simmons. Now, on paper, the Nets have a big three. That's Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons. When one of your big three goes down, it sucks, but you still have the other two. But in our case, it's Kyrie and Ben Simmons. Kyrie Irving does not equate to winning basketball. He's great, but on his own, that doesn't equal winning. He's J.R. Smith with handles. I know y'all don't like to hear that, but it'll what it'll. I'm a little concerned. The team around us is better than in years past. They got the youth, they got the hustle, they got the dog mentality. You got Cam Thomas doing nothing on the bench. Sumner ain't get a chance to play in a minute. Like, we got dudes. So I'm not terrified of what's going to happen. I'm just worried. We got Kyrie, who is very sometimey, but he plays well if he's open. But a lot of what's made Kyrie so good is the gravity of Kevin Durant, so Kyrie is getting better shots. Without Kevin Durant, that type of physical defense that they play on Kevin, they're going to play on Kyrie. And we know Kyrie's made of glass as it is. If they're going to play the type of physical WWE type stuff that they do with Kevin on Kyrie, I'm a little worried. I'm going to keep it a being. I'm a little bit worried. But that's Kyrie. And maybe this is a new Kyrie. Maybe this is a new and improved Kyrie. He claims he's focused. He's mentally in a different place. Maybe I'm overreacting and prepping for nothing. Maybe Kyrie can carry us. I don't think he can. He hasn't displayed in the past if he's capable of doing so. But who knows? Maybe it's possible. But that's Kyrie continuing to do his job when there's no other superstar to garner the attention. But for the sake of the argument, let's assume Kyrie will be fine and he'll have the same type of an output. Even though if you look at tonight, man scored 23 in the first half, and then you go to the second half and he scores like 5 points, but cool. But for the sake of argument, let's just say Kyrie will be fine and he'll step it up to a different level. And we'll see some stuff that'll make even me give it up for Kai, right? That leaves you with Ben. Ben Simmons' job currently is to run around and play defense. That's it. See, in years past, when one of the big three was hurt, we still had the other two, so it's like, well, at least we'll be fine offensively. Ben Simmons doesn't score. And when Kevin Durant's out there with Kyrie Irving, it's kind of not that big a deal. But now when it's just Kai, oh, God. And Ben Simmons, man. Again, multiple stretches where we're not able to score due to whatever you want to say the reason was. And you say to yourself, if only we had a playmaker out there who could get others involved. Because Kyrie's focused on scoring. And that's fine. That's his job. I'm not mad at him for that. I'm not looking to Kyrie for lobs to Claxton, even though we get them. But I'm not looking to Kai for that. That's what Ben Simmons is for. And Ben Simmons does none of that. And this is another game where it was so apparent, where it was looking like we weren't going to win and we couldn't score for the longest time. That's when your playmaker goes out there and makes the game easier for everyone else. But there was no such activity. I was thinking of this example as the game was going on for people who feel like I'm being too hard on Ben when it comes to his ability to move the ball and make things easier for people. This is a simple one, a real simple one. And if you can answer this for me, or you can pull up some form of evidence, I'll back off just a teensy bit. If this man is such an amazing playmaker with the ball, I want you to name your top 5 Ben Simmons to Claxton lobs. I'll wait. Give me your top 5 moments where Ben Simmons was saucing it up in the paint, flipped it up, and Claxton yammed it on the other side. I can name you a boot 8 from Seth Curry, a boot 5 from Kyrie, a boot 20 from Kevin Durant, several from Royce O'Neal. He's not even looking for Claxton. This is the basics of basketball. You got a center who's capable of getting it from any possible direction to yam it. Ben Simmons should be walking out of games with 15 assists easy. Just run the pick and roll with Clax. I, for the life of me, don't understand how someone is getting away with this type of play, and so many of y'all defend it. I'm concerned, y'all. With no Kevin Durant and just Kyrie Irving, is that going to be enough? Because Ben ain't going to contribute nothing but defense. And I will give him that. He played great defense today. I will give him that. I'm not going to hate on that. He played great defense today. Wonderful job. I'm worried. But we got 3 days. 3 long days. And I think even if we fall off the face of the earth again, I think we'll be fine. I would like to think that at some point, Ben Simmons has to type into some form of something other than defense and rebounding. There's got to be something else that Ben Simmons can contribute, because I don't think he's just going to watch Kyrie score 60 every night. Like, not getting a bucket until middle of the third quarter is nuts when you're almost 7 feet tall. But I'm going to be positive. And I'm going to say that he's going to step up. I have faint memories of times where Joel Embiid wasn't playing, and he stepped it up and offensively helped out Tobias Harris and them. I have faint memory of that. So I think he'll contribute. Because if not, we're looking at just the Kyrie Irving show. And Kyrie's not exactly known for passing. But we should be fine. KD should be good. I'm choosing to be positive about it. We won, so that's great. I'm just preparing myself for the possible inevitability of the fact that KD might not be playing on Thursday. If he's not playing on Thursday and it's just Kyrie versus the Celtics with Ben Simmons playing aggressive defense, I don't know. Who starts in place of Kevin? Who's our back? Is it TJ Warren? I feel like is the spark plug off the bench, so not him. Joe Harris? Is that who? Is it Joe? I say, and no one's gonna go with me on this, but I said this last year when we got injured and Harden left and Kyrie couldn't play half the games. I said this last year, but I'm gonna bring it up now. Why not let Cam Thomas start? Now I know he don't play defense. I know. But you got the Twin Towers of defense with Ben Simmons and Claxton, right? Royce O'Neal's out there, right? Kyrie is going to do his offensive thing. Why not have a backcourt, is it backcourt or frontcourt? Backcourt tandem of Cam Thomas and Kyrie Irving. And let them go to town. No Doja Cat. I would be interested in seeing that. In the absence of Kevin Durant, I would like to see that. Just those two just shooting it up and going crazy. I would like to see that. We won't, but I would really like to see that. I'm going to go try that on 2K right now. But I would like to see that. But let me know your thoughts. Great game. Glad we won. I just have concerns. But that's just me being precautious. Let me know your thoughts down below. And if you can think of any Eastern Conference team outside of the Celtics that we need to be worried about, feel free to leave it down below, because I can't think of anyone else. This was the last team we haven't played in our conference, and we beat them without KD. So I don't know. But let me know your thoughts on the game down below. Hopefully Kevin Durant's going to be all right. And I will see y'all on, wow, this is going to be a while. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Maybe we'll do another video over the course of the week just to hold us over. I don't know. But hypothetically, I will see you on Thursday after the Celtic game. I'm Sever the Bond. You are Nets Republic. I don't know why I'm sweating. Yeah.